Alright, these problems are from 1.7, order of operations. So I just do 17, there's a question about 17, and I'd show another one, 27. Alright, so let's take a look. Number 17, the first thing you want to do is what's in the parentheses. Right? You always start in your parentheses, so I'll just rewrite the 4. 2 minus 7 is negative 5. And then I'll rewrite this. This may be more steps than we need, but we'll just stay nice and organized here. Alright, and the question is, what do I do next? Well, you always want to take care of these roots. You can consider roots exponents, and that's one of the things you do early on after you do your parentheses, right? So this basically, this square root is the same thing as that. You actually learn that a little bit later in your math courses, which means you got to do that before you do any multiplication or division. Okay, so I haven't multiplied or divided yet, and I've taken that root. Okay, so now I got just multiplication and division left, which are essentially the same thing. They can be done left to right now. So you can do 4 times negative 5, which is negative 20, and then divide by 5, and finally you get negative 4. Okay, really, like I said, multiplication and division are the same thing. If you do this first, you still get the same answer. You could have done that first. That would be negative 1, and then 4 times negative 1, negative 4. Okay, let's look at 27. What I'm going to do here is start in these parentheses. So that is, I'll just rewrite the 4. A lot of people do 4 minus 6 first because you left to right like you're reading, but you can't do that. You got to do what's in the parentheses first. Okay, so we're going to do 4 minus 6, leave that alone, and then do our subtraction here. And I'll just rewrite that. And in the parentheses here, 17 minus 12 is 5. Okay, so there's my first step. I just did what's in those parentheses. Now I got to do my exponents before I do anything else. Okay, so 4, just rewrite the 4. Still got the 6 there. Negative 5 squared is 25. And I'll rewrite that, divided by 5. Don't really need those parentheses. Okay, so what do we do next? Well, before you do subtraction, you got to do multiplication and division, right? So I'm going to multiply next. So 4 minus, I'm going to multiply 6 times 25, which is 150, and divide by 5. Okay? Again, I could have done the division first, because like I said, division and multiplication are essentially the same thing. Or you do them at the same time. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 5 times 6, 30, which is what I'm going to get here. But I still haven't dealt with that 4 yet. I do division next. 150 divided by 5 is 30, and then finally I subtract 4 minus 30, and that's negative 26.